Introduction. Oh man, I'm so good at introductions, dude. Hi.
That's it. Welcome to the
Beautiful.
podcast.
And welcome to the podcast without a name. Ooh.
Oh my god.
we need a name for it. Today I am your host on this channel. We will soon be making a brand new channel to have these podcasts on once a month. Pog champ. Today I have with me Cyri The Samurai,
Sip.
Caanth'S, and Pokemon. Don't know how to say it.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. And today we are going to talk about 2020 as a gaming year. So we're going to talk about our experiences with games this year. And from the start, I wish to ask you guys, or I can start off with asking you, Mod. 2020 has been a really different year. And how much of an impact do you think gaming has had this year in comparison to other years?
I think it's been the most impactful year for gaming, just because you're kind of forced to be at home with quarantining and COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like I was ready for this, right? Like I've been a gamer my whole life, so I didn't really mind staying at home and gaming after work or after school, because I was still in school in the beginning of the pandemic. So yeah, if I didn't have gaming, I don't know what I would be doing. But yeah, it's definitely been the most impactful. It keeps my mind where it needs to be, and it's a nice therapeutic thing for me. So that's me personally.
2020 Rise of the Gamers, 100%. I mean, what was it? Was it March when everyone was just like, Animal Crossing exists? What? And
Yeah.
that took over the whole entire world.
There was so many memes where it was like Animal Crossing is carrying the pandemic.
Literally.
Yeah.
I remember finding it weird that there were so many like normie memes that were to do with like Animal Crossing, or like now with Among Us and that kind of stuff. It's not a niche anymore. It's just like everyone knows about Among Us. Everyone knew about Animal Crossing. Like it's broken its way into like it was never not like cool to be like into games and stuff. I think that stereotype had kind of gone, but now it seems like it would be like, what, you haven't played Animal Crossing? Why haven't you played Animal Crossing? Rather than like, why are you playing Animal Crossing? Like it's weird. But again, because of COVID, it makes sense because everyone's just inside. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally. And this, yeah, you said it, like Among Us. There were quite a few games that came out this year that I didn't play, but been getting a little more into. I don't know about any of you guys, but the new console, I got the new Xbox, and that's just been pretty fun to play. So yeah, it's been an interesting year for gaming. A lot of highs and also quite a bit of lows in the gaming world too.
And into that, of course, this month there's been a lot of controversy when it comes to Nintendo. What are your guys' thoughts on Nintendo this year? For example, they took down a lot of YouTube videos, including Zelda music, or was it Mario music, Mario 64
Mario Kart,
music,
yeah,
and Mario Kart.
specifically
Yeah.
Mario Kart Wii. That's like the soundtrack to almost every single YouTube video that I've ever done. I'd play it in the background of every single stream I'd do, and they're like, "Yeah, that specific game that you use all the music from. Yeah, don't do that anymore." I was like, "No."
Yeah.
It
Dang.
just doesn't look good.
It's so stupid.
It's just like
What
a
they're doing.
cha-ching.
Yeah.
Literally.
How? What do we feel about the relationship between Nintendo and their fans? And what can you predict from the future of that?
I feel like Nintendo is gonna be looked upon as kind of like the EA like the new EA, but it's also gonna be a lot more strained. Like, this was a company that was very family friendly oriented, and then just like even EA doesn't like exclude their fans to the extent Nintendo has. Like,
doing the whole canceling of a Smash Bros. Melee tournament to canceling what was that tournament? The paint gun Splatoon. Yeah, canceling a Splatoon tournament because people were in support of the Smash for like the free Melee cause. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a company just like outright deny their fans, and it's it's pretty sad to see.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't, like, genuinely don't understand what they gain from doing almost anything that they've been doing recently. Like, all it does is, like, it doesn't stop them from earning any money, because it's not like, for example, with Melee, what are they going to do instead of play Melee? Not play Melee. It's not like they're going to be like, right, now we'll play Ultimate, because the Ultimate exists. I'm almost like 99% sure every Melee player has the new Smash. It's not like they haven't already bought it.
Yeah.
Nintendo hasn't lost any money from it. It's just they like this older game. And all it does is give them bad publicity and make them seem like they're I can't remember whether it was Samurai Levi, but like the EA of this year, because EA's kind of been very much under the radar and just kept on doing its own thing, but everyone's like, oh, EA, we're used to that. Whereas like Nintendo's just like, they've slowly been becoming like worse and worse, and like you said, this year is definitely the tail end of this year. They've definitely got much worse with it.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because like you mentioned like Ultimate, like a lot of Smash players have Ultimate, and I think the biggest thing why they keep going back to the old game is because like the internet sucks. Like Nintendo's internet service is just booty, and they go back to the old games, and then like there is a like I kind of get why they're cracking down, especially if like it's a mod and it's like people are like emulating the game. But if people already own the game, then I don't really see that big of an issue of kind of emulating the tournament, the live feel of what people were wanting to do. So it's like, I don't know, it looks, like you said, just really bad.
I can't imagine like there's any. I just want to be like a fly on the wall for the meetings when they decided to do all of the takedowns and stuff that they've been doing, because like, whose bright idea thought it was like a good thing to do any of the things they're doing?
Yeah.
I want to at least hear their reasonings behind closed doors. If they are actually like, we don't like our fans, so we're gonna make it much worse, or if they actually think that this is a good thing to do and they think they're being like Firehead or something.
Yeah.
It's very backwards for me.
You like staff or something? Like, I'm just confused, because this is
It's what it feels like, that, doesn't it?
completely
like
out of the blue.
Yeah, it's weird too, because if they were doing this at the beginning of the year and they were like slowly implementing this kind of thing, like even like for example like Twitch's DMCA thing, like they introduced that and that was like slowly being rolled in at the beginning, like slowly introduced. If they were doing that, something like that, where it was like they're slowly like closing things off, then it's like, okay, fine, it's not as bad. But everything's happening like all at once, and it's like the weirdest like transition into everything.
Even still though, like, name another like major game company that is cracking down on people playing their older versions of the games. Like, no other company cares.
Oh.
And to be fair, I don't think there's that many communities that are anywhere near as big as Melee for older games.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a different comparison, but surely it's a better thing that they care. That's what I don't get. Is like, if people wanted to play my game and I was the company that owned the game, I'd be like, hell yeah, we could like sell tickets to the thing. Like, if we put up the prize money, we could take a percentage of ticket sales and that kind of stuff, and it would promote. We could use it as promotion for our newer games of Smash if we host the tournament. Like, there's so much. It makes so much sense to embrace it and not ban the tournaments and send cease and desist letters. But Nintendo be Nintendo. Hey.
So with that, we can already conclude that Nintendo is the biggest loser when it comes to gaming companies this year. Which gaming company do you see as a winner this year, and which is your favorite? I can start with mine. I am super surprised by MiHoYo, who is creating Genshin Impact, and the way that they're building the game They have surveys once a month, where you can send in complaints, what you liked, what you disliked about characters,
More
about
waifus, more waifus.
Yeah.
exactly, and they just keep on gifting, even though it's like a pay to progress game. No, not pay to progress, but pay to progress faster. They still keep on like giving you money. The more you play the game, the more money you get for free in a way. So yeah, that company is my favorite this year. How about you guys?
I mean, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't play the game, but I've seen the amount of effort that they've been putting in with their updates and stuff. And taking it back slightly to Nintendo, like if they did that with Pokemon, and just did if you buy the DLC and they did like it wasn't a one-time DLC thing, and it was like a subscription service, for instance, and they did monthly updates that were like that, where they had storylines and quests and things that you could go and do, and like it opened up like a different section of the whatever the DLC areas are called, like Crown Tundra and that kind of stuff. If they did that, I feel like that would be amazing. But I don't know why. It feels like everyone should be learning from MiHoYo.
MiHoYo, yeah. But it would make the game better. It, it would make the game better, but would they make any money on it? Like that's why they don't. When they're finished with the Pokemon game, they're finished with it. Like we don't need to build more on it, or we'll jump straight to the DLC now because that's where the money is.
Well, but if they did that as a DLC subscription service where you subscribe to get these monthly updates, I feel like they'd get some people in it. And also, I get maybe we wouldn't want to have microtransactions in like a main series Pokemon game because that doesn't sound like the best idea. But that's how Genshin makes their money, doesn't it? And so
yeah.
I don't know. There's definitely ups and downs to that kind of like game model, isn't there? Because like usually with like in-game transactions comes regular updates, so there's swings and roundabouts, I guess.
I would compare the Genshin Impact's transaction with League of Legends, for example. You buy a skin because you wanna feel cooler, but with MiHoYo, it's like it's of course the gacha system, where you pay for a surprise box, and you don't know what you get.
Yeah, a bit like Rocket League used to be with its crates. Before then, Epic Games bought them and went, "This is very close to gambling. Maybe we should stop. We'll go away from the gambling side, please, so we can make more money."
What was your personal favorite game of the year? I'll start with you, Cyri.
My personal favorite, it's probably Ghost of Tsushima. I just love that game. I love the just the story throughout the game, just how like beautiful it was, the little subtleties in the music and the I don't know, the way they interact, the way combat feels, and it's sort of like how Sekiro is, but just like not as like aggressive, like in the combat sense, but also like it's not like handholdy either. And there's just a lot of stuff about Ghost of Tsushima that I just like absolutely like fell in love with. So yeah, that's my game of the year.
Samurai likes a samurai game?
What?
Mind blowing.
Caanth'S, what was your favorite game of the year?
I hope that'll be last because I have no idea. Because like if you're going on like probably hours played, it would have to be Among Us, I reckon, because we've talked about that in the last episode. I think the socialite aspects of Among Us, and getting to know so many people through doing that has definitely been the reason that's kept me coming back. Plus the whole like murder mystery kind of aspects of it. It's always fun. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's game of the year potential, but it's definitely the one that I played the most. And I think I'm kind of like I'm a fake gamer in a sense that I like games and I like to play them, but for the most part I don't really buy many games. and I'll either like watch playthroughs on it or like I'll watch someone else streaming it, that kind of stuff. So with like Ghost of Tsushima, Samurai streamed it, and I watched a lot of Samurai streams of it, and was just like lurking in the background, just literally watching the game as though I was like, oh, this actually looks really, really cool. I was like, I've no idea how the combat system is because I'm not the one that's playing, but I'm sure it's good. So yeah, I guess I'd have to say Among Us, but it feels like it shouldn't be the answer. But I don't know.
Pokemon.
So I haven't had much time to play, like, single player games necessarily that I want to. I'm gonna wait until for a few months when I settle down where I want to be. But I guess the favorite game I played this year is Phasmophobia. I don't know if that game was released this year, but I had the most fun. Like, it kind of blew up this year, and I had the most fun on it. So
Yeah, Among Us came out 2 years ago, so I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
yeah, Phasmophobia. I think it's great. I think it's even like the little bugs in it make it like hilarious, and I had the most laughs on that game, and I love the jump scares and all that good stuff. So yeah, just Phasmophobia.
Yeah. When it comes to Among Us and Phasmophobia, do you think the gameplay is what makes it your favorite, or is it the interactions?
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. That's why I feel weird saying that Among Us is my favorite, because it's kind of not really the gameplay. It's like the game is a stepping stone to having fun.
Yeah,
like
like
you
a
can't,
portal.
you don't buy the game and then like now I can have lots of fun. You're like, and I need 10 people that have mics that all are going to be in the same Discord server at the same time at the same hour, and then I'll have fun. And it's that interaction that makes it enjoyable, I think, rather than the game itself.
Yeah.
And for me, that's even more so with Phasmophobia. Like, after playing it, I think twice, maybe 3 times on stream, I was like, I'm kind of done with the whole entire aspect of the game part. But if someone that I like says, hey, do you want to play Phasmophobia? And I want to speak to them and have funny interactions with that person, then I'll be like, hell yeah, I'll play Phasmophobia. But I wouldn't ever now go, oh, I must play Phasmophobia because I want to do the same 8 tasks in a room again. That sounds like fun. So I think it's the same thing as Among Us in that sense, yeah.
Spot
on. So let's move over to what was your game of the year when it comes to graphics? Like when you see the visuals, which game surprised you the most in that factor?
Not Cyberpunk.
I was actually about to say Cyberpunk. Not really.
Man,
that was a twist and a half there, Samurai.
Oh my God.
We'll probably go into that later, but I guess onto the question. I'd probably, graphic-wise, maybe Genshin. Like, I think I wouldn't have expected a lot from a free game that, and just like how open the world is, how like explorable it is, how like easy it is to get into. I think like overall like that's the game that surprised me the most, and also like the mechanics of some characters in Genshin.
Why did you say it like that, Samurai? Why did you say it like that?
I don't know.
The mechanics.
But no. But yeah, no. Genshin. I wasn't expecting it to be like that beautifully graphic, for sure.
Me neither.
I just had a thought on the topic of Genshin, and then going back a bit to what we were talking about with Nintendo. Why hasn't Nintendo gone at Genshin yet? They're going at people on YouTube that are like putting up just Mario music and not doing anything wrong, and then a company has literally copy and pasted Breath of the Wild and put skins over the top and improved the game mechanics, as in like the battle combat system.
You shouldn't give them ideas. You
How
totally
are they
shouldn't
getting
give them
away with that?
ideas. Wow.
Yeah, there are definitely some parts of Genshin Impact that you can look into. The climbing mechanic, the gliding mechanic. Is the coding the same or is it not? That's the question.
True.
I think though Genshin has enough to be an own game, and it's already confirmed for the Switch as well. So Nintendo has already said, yeah, welcome in.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, also the cool thing about Genshin is it's not like you're focused on one character. It's a whole like cast of characters that you can like play as. Each one has their own set of skills, like Liam Neeson in Taken.
Wait.
Also,
I'm so confused. Why is Liam Neeson?
It's a special set of skills.
Special sets,
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think the game itself is a decent game, and if anything, they just took Breath of the Wild and went, how do we make it better and add waifus? So like, I get it, but from Nintendo's perspective, I would have thought with everything that they're doing, they would be like, sorry, did this take one snippet, one little detail from one of our games? We are going to put the ban hammer on them. But yeah, if it's going on Switch, then Nintendo's. I think there's like, you know that SpongeBob episode where there's all the SpongeBobs running around and everything's on fire in like SpongeBob's head. Yeah. I think that's Nintendo's offices. They just like have no idea what they're doing. They're like, there's an event going on that celebrates our game. Quick, shut it down. There's a game that's stolen our things. Quick, promote it. Get it on the Switch. So they're just like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I derailed it. What were we talking about? That was from best graphics.
Yeah, best graphics.
I don't know anything.
I have one.
Go on.
Yeah, Pokemon. Go ahead.
I watched my friend play this the other day, and it released this year. Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah.
That game looks sick, and he's like really good at it. And he was playing on the hardest difficulty, and he was just the combat system's insane. Like the graphics are great. I think they did a great job. Ratings, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 on Steam. Like.
Yeah, Doom Eternal is a game that
it's on my list to get. Yeah.
It has a lot of style, and it's really fun.
I've heard a lot of good things, but like I said, I'm a fake gamer, so I've not played many single-player-y things like that this year. Oh, cat!
There's the cat.
Cat Pog. What's the cat's name?
Copper.
Copper. What a name.
Copper.
Oh.
Was there a game this year that had a soundtrack you fell in love with? Thinking of soundtrack, is there like a game soundtrack that you really enjoyed this year? This could be, of course, 2019, 2018, and earlier. I would like to ask you guys that. Let's start with you, Caanth'S.
Well, again, haven't played it, but I was so surprised in the music in Genshin Impact. I hate to harp on about the game that I've not played that has epic waifus. I don't know why I just keep on referring to it as the waifu game. It's like, genuinely, I wasn't expecting the music to go that hard, and it seems like every single like scenario or like when the gameplay changes, because it's like an open world game, so it's usually quite tricky to do smooth transitions in music, and it seems to be like whoever they hired to do it is absolutely like insane, because they did an amazing job from every piece of music I've heard.
Yeah, I think it's the Beijing Orchestra that plays it, and then the composer. I'm a little bit unsure what name.
Well, props
but
to them,
yeah,
they smashed it.
yeah, because Genshin has been like the Leeway album is like completely beautiful. I think it's the second album in the series. So yeah, I've been listening to it non-stop for the last 2 months.
Is that your choice, Levi, or do you have?
Yeah, that is completely my choice. Completely fell in love with, and surprised that it didn't get into the Game Awards for best soundtrack.
It didn't even get in, like as a nomination.
No. It got nominated for best mobile game and best adventure game. I don't know. There was another, but since I will get into the Game Awards towards the end. Sarai, your favorite soundtrack? Any soundtrack you enjoyed?
I probably gotta go with, like, if we're just thinking about soundtrack, and the one that like off the top of my head really sticks with me is probably Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like even Spider-Man like PS4 had an amazing soundtrack, and I just like. In Miles Morales, they kind of take like the theme, like the main like theme song of the game, and then they kind of like urbanize it, and that was really cool. And then like just Miles's other theme, like just the other music in that game, it really stands out to me. Especially like the big boss fight, like that gets me so like hyped. Yeah, I'd probably go Spider-Man.
So I know this
Any
game's
thoughts?
older, but I played it early this year. Undertale,
Mm.
full soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's
good shout.
spiritual and it just completely. It was like an orgasm in my ears. I don't know. Like it's the best way to describe it. Like I was in love with it. It made me love the game even more. It's my favorite single player game I've ever played in my life. Spoke to me on different levels, and yeah, Undertale, 100%.
I still gotta play that.
It's the most beautiful game ever played. It teaches
One
you a
of
lot
my
about.
one of my biggest upsets was hearing that the composer was gonna like be part of the team that was composing the Pokemon music, and then we got the Pokemon music that we got for Gen 8. I was like, I honestly like.
He
People
didn't.
say that the gym leader themes like slap and go hard. I'm not a fan of almost any single theme in Gen 8. None stood out for me, at least when I was
Yeah.
playing for the first time. So that was very sad for me because I was expecting some absolute stonkers, because there really are in Undertale. Again, a game I've never played, but like I've listened to loads of the music and it is amazing.
Yeah.
Like even excluding the one that everyone knows, the Sans theme.
All right, let's move on over to the Game Awards. Did anyone, one of you, see it?
I didn't see it personally, but I'll try to hold it up in the conversation.
I
too.
watched
I will
it off
also
of work. I was like in and out when I was working, and then I watched what actually. Yeah, I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah. What is your like main thought about the Game Awards this year? Sorry.
My main thought is this is gonna sound so bad, but it was sort of like very apparent what they were going after in terms of like favoritism. Like I Last of Us was Game of the Year, and they won so many awards,
I saw that.
and
Really?
like they won like best like story direction. They won so many awards. Game of the Year, which Player's Choice was Genshin, or not Genshin, Ghost of Tsushima. So that there's like divide there. There's just so much where it was like where like there was an actor who like best supporting actress, or was it character, and Abby best like female lead, and it was Abby that won and not Ellie, the voice actress who plays Ellie or Abby.
Yeah.
You know, like that was so weird. And I felt I'm glad, like I don't think she deserves the hate she got for doing what she just voiced a game. Like the character herself, spoiler alert, didn't kill Joel. Like she didn't kill Joel. Her character did. So that like the hate she got was unwarranted. It's just the whole award, just the whole set thing just felt like it was like pandering to Last of Us, just to kind of smite the fans who caused an uproar for the game and the way it went. And if that makes sense.
Yeah. I
I
think
didn't know too much about it, but yeah, that does sound very strange. How many awards do you say they gave to Last of Us 2?
oof, too many, way too many.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was, by the way, also because the soundtrack of The Last of Us 2 was very atmospheric. It's good in the game, but outside of the game, it doesn't really sound that great. But that got nominated for the soundtrack of the year anyway.
Did it win?
Not Genshin.
Not Genshin.
Did it win soundtrack of the year?
No, it didn't win the soundtrack of the year. And it's interesting what Cyrus is talking about. I think the most controversial prize was the actor of the year, which was to the character that was Abby, who was supposed to be a tough woman but very frail, and you could see the character was playing good, but you have the emotional beside of her in the same game, the emotional wreck, which is Ellie, who is so expressive, so good during the whole game, and for me made the whole game. Because when I played as Abby, I just wanted to get back to Ellie, right? So and I don't think Naughty Dog succeeded with what they were trying for Abby. They killed Joel off, and then they tried to get Abby to look like the good person in the story. Like petting dogs won't make it Naughty Dog. And that's um, but yeah.
To answer your question, it won 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 awards.
7. Wow. I mean, like I really liked the original Last of Us.
Yeah.
But it's one of the games that I've always wanted to play, but I've only been able to do playthroughs watch playthroughs like online, because I don't own a PlayStation. I've never owned a PlayStation, and it kills me to this day because all the exclusives on PlayStation are insane, and it upsets me that I've never played them.
They're really good.
I then went to go watch a playthrough of Last of Us 2, and like got a couple of like episodes through, and I was just like, it's lost the essence of it. I think I realised it had lost the essence when I got up to the part where it does a flashback with Ellie and Joel walking around like the dinosaur museum, and I was like, holy, I'm brought back in now. I'm actually enjoying myself watching this gameplay. This is amazing. And then that scene ended, and I was like, oh right, yeah, this isn't the game. Never mind. I don't like it. So yeah, I think just from like my reaction to having watched through that part, it does seem strange that it would then win what seems like as many awards as like the first one did, which was groundbreaking and like amazing at the time, and this just seems like a bad rehash that also then won lots of awards. So yeah, it seemed quite biased. I agree.
So we've spoken about which game was your favorite of the year. Which game would you guys feel as the game of the year, like the best? Like if you have an objective take on what do you think deserved the actual game of the year, the game of the year award, or which game deserved the game of the year award the most? Which games would you think would have gotten it?
As a non-gamer, I'll let you guys go first.
Cyberpunk.
I'm joking. I can't tell if you're trolling.
I'm trolling. I mean, I said it before. I think even objectively, I think Ghost, I think was a clear winner. It's just a brand new game, one that even just objectively was made in love of like old samurai movies, and was just like, I think they did a really good job with it. So yeah, I just go with Last of Us, because not Last of Us. Genshin, Ghost of Tsushima.
So
yeah.
I'd go with The Last of Us.
Yeah, the subliminal messaging got to you.
Yeah, it did. It really did. But no, yeah, I'd go with Ghost. Even with, like, just the way you're able to go into cinematic mode and even just play the game in like the old black and white widescreen, like that's dope. So, yeah.
Mod, what would you go with?
Probably Genshin, just because of the hype and just how it was received and what I hear about it, what I see about it. I haven't played it, but I enjoy watching it, and I think just the praise it's getting and all the hype and everything, I think it's been unmatched. So, and especially with Cyberpunk, like it's not a bad game. It's just it didn't lead up to the hype that it was having. So I feel like there's a lot of disappointment there and a lot of mixed emotions. So there's not that with Genshin. So definitely Genshin.
Fair. Yeah, I think mine would have to be, with all of the hype/controversy around it this year, I think Super Smash Bros. Melee, I think, is honestly my game of the year this year.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Sephiroth being added, freaking epic.
Oh.
So epic.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's another thing that I saw on Twitter a lot. It was like everyone, like, yesterday, fuck Nintendo, why are they doing this? Free Melee, all these hashtags. Sephiroth gets announced. Oh, give me, I love Sephiroth. I love Nintendo. Everyone forgot.
Yeah. For me, the game of the year for me, which was the game that made me feel the most. I felt anger, I felt happiness, I felt empty after playing the game. Yes, it's The Last of Us 2.
Wow.
For it's actually, but I fully disagree with the way that the company dealt with things. It like went against their fans because they went for a really risky story. I believe that taking Joel out of the story in one way really was a really good start. And it really made me hate Abby. And if they did some changes to Abby to make you actually see her perspective, um, and sympathize with Abby, I think the game would have been complete. But I don't. But other than that,
Levi,
I feel
you missed the scene. She pets a dog, Levi. You missed that scene. You clearly missed it. She's redeemed because she petted that dog.
I threw the ball over the fence.
Oh, you're the monster! It was you all along.
Yo, we have a bone to pick
Abby-
with you.
Those are some good
Abby's
points, though,
evil all
Levi.
along.
Those are some good points because I really appreciate like companies and writers that take risks and go against what the normal narrative usually is. Like the hero always wins in the end, right?
Mhm.
No, like my favorite like a couple of my favorite animes are just to give an example, Berserk and Akame ga Kill. Those are very brutal and they're not afraid to kill off characters and to create these new emotions that your normal viewer isn't used to. It makes you think differently and view it differently and view life differently from it. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate when companies take risks and kind of go against the flow and just try something new. Like, why not, right?
I mean, I agree with that. I also, I like that kind of stuff, but I also want a cathartic ending to the
Oh, for
game
sure,
itself, and like it did not. Its ending, Last of Us' ending, was not cathartic at all. Because basically Ellie loses everything, and still doesn't get her like revenge, in a sense, and that's like not cathartic. That's just adding more suffering and more suffering, just for the setup of another game, and that's I hate that.
Yes, because I really love that last scene because you can look back at the first game where the boy asked her what Ellie, what are you afraid of? I'm afraid of losing everything. I'm afraid of being alone. That's her biggest fear. And then in the second part, she actually ends up being alone. So I think it's a leap towards the third game, but I think they should announce it pretty quick. Yeah. Since it's one of the common things that happens with like anime. For example, Attack on Titan. For example, the author changed the ending because of the massive blow up. Because he was all about like, okay, we're gonna end this anime in season 2. I'm gonna kill every character and really blow shit up, right? But it blew up, and he understood that, okay, I got a big fan base now. I have to change it up to make them happy. And a lot of series does that. Naruto, for example, as well. They went for the super safe ending. Yeah. So I'm very willing to try to support
Yeah, because
those.
it could set it up for like a really great ending for 3, and that's how you kind of have to view it right now. Because a third game's coming, so you just kind of have to trust the process at this point. Maybe it'll just make that ending in 3 that much more sweet because you were left so empty.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's kind of like the Star Wars trilogy. You have the hope. You have you at the Empire Strikes Back, and then you have the sweet ending.
Okay, we're talking about that trilogy, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about that. What other trilogy? What you?
I
Sequels
prefer.
It's not my Star Wars, dude.
I prefer the prequels.
Not my president, not my Star Wars.
Actually, when Mob was talking about you like things that take risks and like aren't afraid to kill main characters and stuff, it made me think of Game of Thrones, and I'm like, I've obviously not seen the last season yet, but I've got faith that they're gonna do a really good job and make sure that They don't let any of their fans down. They follow it through to the end, and they don't do what The Last of Us 2 did and have a really anticlimactic dogshit ending where they make
Nobody
the main
tell him.
character who's had a argument against, because like he's got to face the Night King. Like John just has to, doesn't he? And then of course, like then it's something with they've got to redeem or at least make her a little bit bad. You know, the Queen of the Dragons. They got to do something with that, right? And then. Surely she's not gonna like take over everything in the whole last season, because that would be crazy. Why would they do that? They've not done enough lead up to it. They're gonna do another couple of seasons, I reckon. But anyway, I've not got around to seeing it. So,
Are you sure you're not trolling?
I said it doesn't exist. The last season doesn't exist.
So let's have an ending note to this podcast. What are your expectations of 2021 as a gaming year, and what are your plans in real life and streaming? I can start off. Obviously, I'm super hyped for the Genshin progress. They're gonna just keep on adding every month new characters, every month maybe even. It's gonna be a bunch of new stuff there. I hope that the Sinnoh sequel, or I mean the Sinnoh remake, is going to be announced, and hopefully we'll get it towards December, because it's Pokemon anniversary year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really stoked for that, and I think they're gonna put a lot of effort into the remake. And then when it comes to streaming, I'll be streaming a lot of Nuzlocke, and I'll be posting a new Pokemon game ROM hack as well.
Very nice.
Can we
This
do
summer. I've currently just finished the first 3 rounds, like 100%, and
Nice.
Nice.
It's gonna be a wild ride, boys. Hell yeah.
Very exciting stuff. In terms of games, I like even when games get announced and they have like dates set, I usually don't try and pay attention to that, because they never meet their dates anyway. They always like extend it and delay it. So I've not got like my eyes set on any particular games apart from Pokemon game of some sort, whether it's Let's Go to Johto or whatever, or if it's the any Pokemon game. If they don't release a Pokemon game for the 25th anniversary, I am gonna be livid. They better do something Pokemon. That's what I'm hyped for, because I'm riding the Pokemon hype train at the moment quite strongly. And in terms of streaming, I'm hyped to have been doing it solidly for a year. That will be like halfway through next year. I've been doing it for a year, so that'll be fun. But yeah, just keeping on. Not hopefully doing a job that I can have time where I don't have to worry about being a teacher. I cannot be a teacher, so that would be also hype. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sarah, you want to go last, so I'll go.
Oh.
So for games, right now, actually, Levi's gonna roast me for this, but I actually picked COD back up because it improved a lot. Call of Duty. So I've been playing that competitively at night. Also, Gears of War, I've been playing a lot recently. So like multiplayer stuff, League.
We gotta connect on COD, dude.
Yeah, we could play sometime for sure.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Samurai's really good. Have you seen his latest video?
I did see it. I want to play like a couple single player games. I'm not sure which one yet. I kind of want to finish Celeste, but we'll see if we get there. Streaming, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming anymore. Life switched up pretty heavily for me, so right now I'm literally applying to as many jobs as I can that's out of my state, because I want to move out of my state and just like get a new area and just a better job. And I've been really diving into fitness, so I've been working out every day, eating right, and yeah, I've been kind of focusing on that stuff in life. So I don't know where streaming is going to be next year. I'm not really forcing it. I don't feel like it's needed in my life right now, so I'm taking a nice little break. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Focus on you, man. You do you.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Put yourself first. Pog you.
I feel like you should have ended. I really feel like you should have ended, Mod.
That was a good ending, though. Samurai's going to be like, I like COD and Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Pokemon because it's 25th year anniversary.
Yeah, so that's gaming wise. whatever Pokemon decides to introduce, I'll play it. Gonna be playing a lot more Call of Duty, a lot more variety stuff in general. Gonna try and finish up Cyberpunk, which, as like glitchy as it is, the story is actually really enthralling to me.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's at least like in that sense, like it's a little bit of a chug, but once you get past like the first like hour or two, then it's good. Streaming wise, I am not
No more Nuzlocks.
Yeah, no more Nuzlocks for
What?
a year. Yeah, I put extra pressure on myself to beat my Pokemon Y hardcore Nuzlocke, and I lost. And my pressure was if I lose, no Nuzlocks for a year. And
why would you say that in the first place?
I thought it would make good content, B, motivate me.
True.
And it did both, except Lysander's Gyarados just completely mollywopped
past
me.
that wall, dude.
That's the E4 Gyarados. Lysander.
Oh, okay.
So you have to watch the video, but I'll just say Mold Breaker is a pain.
True.
I
have to watch the video.
Yeah.
You should watch the video too.
Yeah, you.
So yes, so
and you should subscribe
yes.
to This Will Be Levi. Subscribe to Levi.
Yeah, subscribe to Levi.
All right. And with that, we're gonna end off.
Wait, 1 second. I'm also excited to play Levi's ROM in 2021. Okay.
Me too. You should also play it.
Impact
Mew
Sapphire
3.
Pie. And with that, we have now talked about gaming year of the 2020 and every of our plan in 2021. Shibidim badabom badabing. You'll find all these. You'll find all these creators' YouTube channels down below. Also Twitch channels. Twitch. Yay! Did you know? I'm also gonna add that every one of you guys is subscribed, right? Yeah. Subscribe. Bye. And like the video. All right. Everybody say bye and stuff like that.
Bye.
And,
Jingle my bells.
Oh God.
Oh my God.